subpoena and find people guilty based on whatever rules that they make. I think that the law that has been passed by the legislature is comprehensive in terms of regulating local government activity, and we should continue to rely on the state to provide that as an independent entity.
Thank you, Councilman. I politely disagree with both you and Councilman Lutz. I do believe that we can find 6 qualified individuals here in the town of Phillipsburg. I also feel that the way it's currently set up, there is a backlog, and when ethics complaints are made from the town of Phillipsburg from any of the residents, sometimes they don't get heard until maybe we're out of office, maybe it's too late. But I do believe, administrations aside, ethics violations happen. And I do think that we do need to be policed at some point in time. I've been accused myself of making some. So, you know, if that rightfully so, I do believe then that the constituents that I represent have every right to subpoena me or make a complaint and have it go before the body and have me subpoenaed for me to answer for my actions. The way I feel is if I'm not doing anything wrong, I got nothing to worry about. So, with that being said, we can move forward to a vote. Roll call vote, Vicki.
Councilman Lutz?
No.
Councilman McVeigh?
Yes.
Councilman Davis?
No.
Council Vice President DeGirolamo?
Yes.
Council President Holcomb?
Yes. Next is the consent agenda. So all of the items on the consent agenda are considered routine and will be enacted by the motion of the council on one roll call vote. There will be no separate discussion for these items unless a council member requests an item to be removed for consideration. Councilman Lutz, do you have an item that you would like to see removed for consideration?
Of course, 2018-53, we have no information, new information about the limousine operator license.
Okay, so Councilman Lutz would like to remove 2018-53. Council Vice President DeGirolamo, do you have anything you'd like to see removed from the consent agenda?
Not necessarily removed. I just have a question. Is 2018-52 because of May?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. For the record, I made a donation to the animal shelter, not realizing they need to set up a separate account for it. So.
You'd have to go before the Municipal Ethics Committee on that one, Councilman.
Unknowingly, I wanted to feed the animals in the animal shelter. So I gave my last paycheck to the animal shelter. So that's
very nice.
In regards to. Just so you know where it's coming from.
Just as one order, this is, I think, new business. And
I did skip new business, Councilman. I apologize. If it's okay with you, do you mind if I go back since I
Sure.
Okay. So we can go through with the consent agenda first?
Sure.
Thank you. So 2018-53 has been removed. 2018-52 is Danielle's fault. And Councilman McVeigh, do you have anything that you'd like to see removed from the consent agenda?
No, I'm with Councilman Lutz. I had 53 or more myself.
Councilman Davis?
No.
And that would be a no for me. I am in agreement with my colleagues. So we can discuss 2018-53, a resolution to provide for an application for a limousine operator's license for Halim A. Bori. And we can start the discussion. I guess we have to make a motion?
We have to make a motion.
Yes, we do.
Remove it. So moved.
Was already removed,
Yeah.
it was removed,
Right.
Okay, it is.
Motion, we want to discuss it, motion to move it for adoption, second we can discuss.
Right, I'll motion to move.
Second.
We can now open for discussion. Councilman Lutz?
No, we just didn't get any application for the right information for the limousine. I know I didn't get it in my packet or anything.
Either that.
Until we get our information, we should hold off on it.
I will, the clerk did provide me with the information. There were some questions. I will go ahead and give it to you. I think we were going to table this anyway. But I would like to, if I could, share it with you.
No.
Right, so we could probably, if you'd like, we could motion to table it. until-
Table it.
Table it. I think that would be practical.
Motion by Councilman Lutz to table.
Second.
No discussion. I would just like to say that this is not the clerk's fault, this is my fault. I had asked, she had given it to me, I had asked her for it, this was going to go on to the next meeting, and I had asked it to be on this agenda, so that is my fault, Vicki, I apologize. The Ethics Committee, you're correct. So we can go ahead and roll call vote, Vicki, to table 2018-53, a resolution to provide for an application for a limousine operator's license for Halime Bori. We can hear this at the work session if you'd like.
Councilman Lutz?
Yes.
Councilman McVeigh?
Yes.
Councilman Davis?
Yes.
Council Vice President DeGirolamo?
Yes.
Council President Polk?
Yes. So now we can make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Excellent. Now we can go back to new business. Councilman, let's see if anything new.
No, I don't.
Council Vice President DeGirolamo.
No.
Councilman McVeigh.
I do. I have two things. One, since January 1st, I've been sworn in as a fledgling councilman. I'm trying to get a good understanding on practices and procedures and protocol, and try to look halfway smart up here. I thank our council attorney Wenner for that, for often helping and leading and helping them. With that being said, I noticed since November 8th, our deputy counsel to the mayor has been noticeably absent. I hear different things. I want to know somehow, some way, two things. Is he still deputy counsel to the mayor? And if he's not, I would ask for his resignation. That's my first.
If I could, Councilman, just,
I want an answer. I mean, I see the mayor's here, but if you, Council President, you can address him.
sure.
If he's still our deputy counsel to the mayor, that's why I'm to come to the meetings. If not, then let's do something.
He has resigned.
He has resigned.
And he'll submit a letter of resignation.
Thank you, sir. That was the word on the street, but I don't believe in rumors.
Should we make a motion to accept the resignation?
We want the letter.
Yeah.
Over it, yeah.
Don't have it.
Mayor, if you wouldn't mind, thank him for his service from this council. Thank you.
In light of some recent information at past general meetings we had, tonight I'm making a motion under the powers entrusted in us as a council with the authority to investigate matters. I'd like to make a motion to investigate the hiring practices of Mayor Stephen R. Ellis. It is in my opinion and the public's opinion to better understand how some various recent hires have come to fruition.
Councilman, would this be the ad hoc committee?
That would be my recommendation. That would be a recommendation of council.
I will second.
What's the specific motion that we're making?
Would you like me to repeat?
Yes, please.
Yeah, well,
Under the powers entrusted in us as a council to investigate matters for the betterment of our town. Period.
I understand, we do have right to council investigation, but it's usually vested in terms of interviews or compelling reports.
Matters relating to the legislative powers invested in the council. Yes, that is correct.
I'm motioning to establish an ad hoc committee to look into the hiring practices of Mayor Stephen R. Ellis.
I did second.
Thank you.
No. Okay, Councilman, did that clear that up for you?
Yeah, well, it just said that we were going to investigate, but instead specified the methodology by which we were going to be investigating.
Councilman, would you be requesting the mayor to bring the employment records for a certain amount of time, every employment record that he's had since he's been in office? Is there a...
Is that to me or Councilman Davis?
Oh, no, I'm sorry, it was to you, Councilman.
I think at this point in time, I made a motion, it's been seconded, it could be up for discussion. The particulars probably at this point in time may not be the forum for that, especially up against the state of emergency.
Okay.
But we're in 2 months, right, so it's on there, it's for discussion, not vote up.
Okay. Is there any further discussion other than Councilman Davis's remarks? Roll call vote, Vicky.
Councilman Lutz?
I'm gonna say no, because he didn't give any information of what he's looking for. I'm gonna say no, because I don't know what councilman's looking for, or what he's trying to uncover. I think this should be done maybe in executive session, to find out what avenue he's coming from and what he's trying to accomplish. Until that, I say no.
Councilman McVeigh?
Yes.
Councilman Davis?
No.
Council Vice President DeGirolamo?
Yes.
Council President Colfer?
Yes. Council Vice President, did you have new business? Councilman Davis, did you have new business?
Yeah, I don't have the resolution with me, but as Councilman McVeigh mentioned, we do have some issues with some of the meters. I was forwarded some information from the mayor regarding a possible co-op with another municipality to be able to acquire new meters at a discounted rate. I will be forwarding that on to Vicky to be requested, and I'll request it to be discussed under old business as I'm introducing it at this meeting for consideration by the council.
Thank you, Councilman.
That's all.
Thank you. And now that I see that the mayor is here, I had a question to ask him that probably would have fell under old business, but I would.
We didn't do this this year.
We didn't do. Oh, this is great. Okay, I can wait. I can wait. I have nothing for new business.
So then you have,
Yes, you may.
so on your agenda, you have Mark Bellin, back on the solar panel. I don't think Mark is here tonight, and he was told, requested that he come to the March 13th meeting. So I was requesting from the council, a motion to table this until the 13th work session.
So moved.
Second. Roll call vote.
Councilman Lutz?
Yes.
Councilman McVeigh?
Yes.
Councilman Davis?
Yes.
Council Vice President DeGirolamo?
Yes.
Council President Colfer?
Yes. Now, we are moving forward to old business. Councilman Lutz, do you have anything? All right, Councilman Vice President?
Yes. I do.
Oh, okay.
Just a few carryover items, I don't know if we have status on them. Bridge development, Stan stated that they were expected to begin the end of February. Have we seen any activity over on the lot yet?
I spoke with Stan actually on the way to the meeting tonight. We had some comprehensive meeting set up. He told me when he was here that he'll be joining, the mayor will be joining Stan in his office next week with about 20 representatives. So things are moving forward in accordance with the plan. So other than that, I don't think.
Do we know anything about the pilot program with Perone Construction, where that stands?
Mr. Meyer?
Say
No,
again.
I'm kidding.
I wasn't listening. What did I miss?
There was a question about the pilot program with Perone Construction.
It's been enacted since I've been coming to council meetings, which is over 2 years now, so I'm just curious. I haven't seen any activity in that time.
Maybe 20 years.
Every once in a while, he brings
Since
it up,
1990.
and then it goes back down. There's been amending, and
Does anybody mind if I make a phone call and ask?
No, I think Councilman, it wouldn't hurt to bring it up to the planning board.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah, that would not be a bad idea.
I'll do that.
please tell us when.
Sure.
Yeah,
You got it, Joe.
thank you.
Do we know if that bird pound sign has been moved yet?
No, it is, actually, I just saw.
I'm
that-
going through all my notes.
Nope, that's okay, it's still there today. I believe the mayor had promised Mr. Skirbo he would relocate it.
Okay.
Probably now is not the time to do it with the snow, but I do imagine that it will happen. Mayor, will you be removing the bird
As
pound?
soon as the ground is thawed, the sign will be moved.
Okay, is it cemented into the ground?
No, it's not.
It's not, okay.
Did we have that condemnation meeting, you know, next to the Moores?
Well, that is a good question. As you know, the last meeting, I had,
Aggressively pursued, yes.
yes, we had discussed the administrative warrant. Unfortunately, as promised by the mayor, we would, or as agreed to by the mayor, we would meet on Friday and enter the property. So that was going to be my question. Where do we currently stand with the Moore property and on 32 Heckman? Can you provide us with an update, Mayor?
Sure.
Thank you.
We attempted to have the property condemned or violated as a fire hazard. However, the fire chief, Richard Hay, couldn't do that. There wasn't enough debris to have it determined to be a fire hazard. The code official was unable to condemn it because it's not structurally unsound at this time. There is some problems with the porch. So what we did do is we just took it on and started cleaning it. The first floor is clean. The majority of the basement's cleaned, and we still have the upstairs to do. I got a price today from a cleaning company. And then we promised the Moores that we'll follow up with exterminating services once the debris out. But the majority of the debris has been removed as much as we could at this time.
Were there health hazards inside the building?
Absolutely.
There were.
It's just-
Was it to the point where you would need to call in the health inspector?
I believe the Moores have tried multiple times to call the county health department. I tried calling the county health department, and if anybody has any pull with the county, please jump in and call the county health department.
Okay. So I guess my question, council, would be, we were on a 30-day time frame with the Ars family, and it sounds like the mayor did enter the property and is attempting to clean it up. If the property still is not where we would expect it to be, or where the Moores have a better quality of life at the end of that 30 days, what is our next step?
Sure, so you have here the bifurcation of powers, right? So the mayor and his administration has the authority to go in, utilizing code enforcement and the police powers that are attendant to the mayor's office. As the council has the authority, really is much more limited, and that is to have habitability hearings for buildings that are deemed to be unfit, which of course relies upon a testimony from the people who are on the ground, use that phrase, to present testimony that the property is unfit and in need of repair. So, it seems that the mayor's office is working diligently to address the issue. At this point, we're lapsing, bringing the property owners back in for a habitability hearing and have the testimony presented to the council as actionable in orders we issue. I think it's steady as she goes.
Is there a mayor, I was told that there was bed bugs.
Yeah, there was a report of bed bugs by the DPW in a couch that was in the living room. That couch, since this time, was covered and removed.
Okay.
It's been disposed of.
So that would actually constitute a health hazard, right, with the existence of bed bugs
Yeah,
in our,
absolutely.
according to our ordinance?
Again, the county health official. to-
Correct. Right, oh no, I'm not berating you, I'm actually trying to get to the bottom of this for the Moore family. It sounds to me that who's the inspector, was it Kevin? And he's found nothing else wrong with the building?
Nothing that was bad enough to condemn it.
I'm sorry.
Nothing that was bad enough to condemn the building to allow us to move in and take it.
Okay, but enough to cite.
I think you could cite a pole out in the porch. Yeah, he had one or two things that we could cite.
Okay,
Right now, we're interested in just getting it clean for Morris.
right, so you'd like to clean, but I then think that we probably should continue to cite. If not, and we set the bar for these types of property owners, right? So if we don't cite them for the things that are wrong, and we are doing them, we're doing the moors a favor by going in and cleaning them. We're also doing the property owner a favor by going in and cleaning. We are charging them for this though, yes?
There will be a fee when we're done. Once the majority of the debris is out, there'll be cleaning services coming in to clean all the surfaces, the floors, the counters, so it could be exterminated properly.
Okay, so I would say that we would revisit this issue then at the next council meeting, and should this council seek to take further action, I would hope that we would be able to communicate, Mayor, because I haven't heard from you. Can I have your word?
You'll hear from us by Saturday. We'll have the cleaning people in the house and we'll let you know the status at the end of the day.
Thank you, Mayor. Mr. and Mrs. Moore, are you okay with this?
Well, as far as the code violations, that list I gave you last meeting.
Yes, sir, I still have it.
That's all the numbers, and they're in violation, and as far as that building is concerned, taken right from the town code.
Well, I can tell you that I do plan on having a very candid discussion with the inspections department at the next work session, that I would encourage everyone who has been affected by these types of landlords and these types of property owners to attend, because things pile up, and we're seeing it right now for far too long. So I would hope that they would be, Mayor, would you be here with them during the work session? Would you ask the inspectors to attend?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Councilman Mubin. Oh, I don't know, Mayor, Councilman Lutz wanted to know how you had entered. I heard that the police had came in with guns drawn on you.
They have, yes. I had permission to enter the structure and someone got confused.
Excellent. Well, you're still here, so. Councilman Mubin.
Good, sir.
Councilman Davis.
No, thank you.
I have no old business. So, Mayor, do you have your report?
Just a quick report on electrical outages. We still have 250 homes approximately without electric. We press JCP&L every day to get those restored. And we are as prepared as we possibly can be for Winter Storm Riley. Just while I was here, the governor's office called and offered equipment and additional personnel. If there's any questions, they can call us anytime, day or night.
Mayor, thank you. Will there be warming centers again, should we need them?
If the power goes down, if we lose more power, yes, there'll be more percent. We kept that proclamation of the state of the town emergency in effect.
Excellent, thank you. Okay, the next on the item's agenda would be the public petitions.
I'm Joe Minor, I live at 392 South Main Street in Phillipsburg, and the next, and I'm going to give you a little bit of it to be indifferent to the weather. The next meeting of the present committee will be at 394 South Main Street on Sunday, March 11th, from 1:45 to 3 p.m. It's open to the public. If you attend, you are a member. The agenda this time will be homesteading and rent control. Bring your plan to deal with the vacant house problems in writing. And that's good enough. I'm turning the rest in to be part of the record.
Joe, thank you. I believe that's a record.
Well, it is no way sure.
Mr. Timmons, say your name and address for the record.
Bill Timmons, 30 South Main.
Is that microphone on? Can't hear you.
I didn't click it on. No, I didn't.
I think it's good. Bill Timmons, 230 South Main Street. Mr. Lutz, in your neighborhood. On Mercer Street, 2 doors or 3 doors down, there was a fourplex that caught fire a couple years ago. Supposedly to be repaired or replaced or what have you, because they had insurance. I go down Cedar Alley all the time, and you can see right through one of the houses. It's not boarded up, and obviously it hasn't been repaired. What's the status on that, or where is the town going with that?
I believe he ran out of here after this. He may be speaking with a resident in the hallway. Do you have the address on that? Did you give us the address?
I can get it for you, I don't have it on the
Okay.
top of my head.
Fox and Mercer.
It's on the northern side.
Well, what we can do is find out who owns it and bring them in. Council, would that be correct?
There were 4 houses in a row.
Council.
I don't know whether they've all been
Can we
repaired
bring
or
the
not.
owner of the Fox and Mercer Street property there? Yes. Okay, so thank you, Mr. Timmon. This would be the public petition, so I need to seek out the young lady who wanted to yell at me about the stop sign.
Which is?
Hey, it is time to speak. You're more than welcome to come up. Yes, I'm in a lot of trouble.
You better believe it. You know, I think you need new mics here because really, we couldn't hear but mumbling back there from you.
Even with me swallowing this mic,
We're just mumbling. I will yell at you, Mark.
I can tell you that we are looking at a new system, okay, that I'd be bringing before council at the next budget hearing to see that if we can allot for more professional development, a more professional setup.
For one thing,
Oh, I'm sorry, can you state your name and address for the record?
my
Thank
name
you.
and my address. Helen Williams. No, I'm in trouble now. Helen Williams, 525 Fisher Avenue, apartment 424, Heckman House. We were at electric, okay, 4 days.
Did you have heat?
Cold, the poor people, 80 and 90 some years old, in the cold. We were invited to go over to the youth center. How were they gonna get there? Walk?
That's a very good comment.
I got the phone call saying to go over, we can go over. How are they gonna get there? Fly? I'm serious, I'm very serious.
No, ma'am,
I'm angry.
No, I understand. I believe, I'm not laughing at you. And I do believe that that is a situation that we do need to look into. It doesn't look like the mayor has returned, but I will reach out to
I just
him.
talked to him.
You did. Did you give him, did you just tell him the same thing you told us?
Yep,
Okay, and his response was?
don't bust us over or whatever, they'll do what they can for downline.
Okay, and did he give you a method to contact them?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I just want to make sure that all your bases
Yeah.
are covered, because the
Yeah,
last
he
thing I want to
did.
see is
Yes,
you
he
freezing.
did.
Okay.
But I don't understand this. If you call to talk to Paul Rummerfield, you can't talk to Paul. They give you the Geronimo's number, okay? I know, hello. You call him, you get an answering thing. I will call you back. I don't get no call back. Now, what kind of place are we, you know, we're paying rent here. We're helping keeping the buildings going. I mean, respect your elders. And these are old people that are crippled, cancer, and whatnot in our building, and it's the truth. It's sad.
What this council can do for you, especially with our connections,
I know, I see you.
we will speak with housing, and I'm really curious, they have generators?
Yeah, I thought they had backup generators.
One generator that runs the lights in the
Really?
halls and just the elevator, one elevator working. Okay, I don't care, I might be in a lot of trouble now, but.
I don't think you're gonna be in
what
trouble.
can they do?
You're not gonna be in trouble.
But if I don't speak up for them, okay, who's gonna do it? I try to get half of them to come over here, but they're afraid to come over.
Folks, if you wouldn't mind, just to show a little bit of respect, if we could just keep it calm.
I picked the girl off the 3rd floor. That she was hollering, help me, help me. She fell in the hallway over all this, okay? Well, not a girl, but a woman.
Right.
And good thing I come down the stairway and the elevator wasn't working, or I would have never heard her hollering, help me, help me.
And what was the outcome?
Am I right, Carl?
Well, you know, I guess so, yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Then someone did fall at the housing authority, and she was fairly seriously injured. Nothing that required medical attention immediately. But we're still keeping an eye on her. She's just stubborn, I think.
Did you report it to
But
them?
the problem is she didn't point out to you that should have been pointed out.
Sir, if you wouldn't mind stating your name and address then for the record?
I'm Carl Klein. I live at 525 Fisher Avenue, apartment 202.
Thank you.
Not only there was no method by which to get us to this warming facility, but we didn't even know it. We didn't know it was available.
Okay.
I got a phone call. A couple other ones did, but that's about all.
I mean, if it was necessary, I had a vehicle, I could go, but nobody's available.
But no heat, that's ridiculous now.
Just excuse me for 1 second, Ms. Corbett, the mayor's list for contacts, is that because they're signed up on a certain list? I mean, how are they contacted? How do you know who to call?
I'm sorry.
So if Mr. Klein wanted to sign up for the phone alerts, right, for the Firth Youth Center, the warming center, how would he get the phone call?
I believe that they're coming from the 911 reverse call system. It's
Okay.
not really through the mayor's office. I think the police department actually initiates it.
Okay, thank you.
You mean I have to sign up?
Okay, thank you.
I live in senior housing, senior disabled housing, I've got to sign up.
Well, I'm curious, this is, to be honest with you, sir, I don't know, and I don't want to blow smoke. So I wanted an answer, and I had asked Mrs. Corcoran, who was nice enough to give us an answer. I would say that's something that I do have to investigate for you, but we are on the brink of a snowstorm this evening. So what I would like to do is give you my personal phone number. So if something is to happen, I will gladly come pick you up and take you to the youth center.
Now, another question I had, quickly, what is the responsibility towards the tenant that the housing authority has, other than normal landlord-tenant, because it is senior and disabled? Is there an additional responsibility at all?
I do believe that is through the Board of Housing. Unfortunately, it's not regulated by the town. It is regulated by the Housing Authority. By the state, I would defer, I would hold Councilwoman, if you could speak to your contact over at the Housing Authority this evening. Thank you. And we will try and get an answer for you as soon as possible. And I won't forget.
I'm curious, because if there is no additional responsibility, we're just playing because we're old.
No, that's not true.
Yeah, but it is.
Well, I'd like to hear what you have to say.
It's
But
the cover for the older people, somebody has to back them, and I don't care.
I agree wholeheartedly, man.
I mean, to see them throw all their food away, I mean, I just done a $200 order that went down the dumpster out of my freezer and stuff. Ain't nobody else covered but my own for doing it, but that's what happened. And everybody there had to throw all their food away, and that's the truth.
For someone on a fixed income who's, last week of the month is very tough, you're spending all your money on food to replenish the stock that you had.
I certainly-
It's a very hard month.
I agree, and I can sympathize. If it's okay, I would like to give you my number if you need us,
Yeah.
okay?
And the only one that helped us, and I'm gonna be honest about it, is Tim Berger.